How's it going, lads? Today we're going to be talking about the best gobble gums to bring in the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies Easter eggs. Now, if you guys are specifically looking for a specific map, there are going to be timestamps down below in the description, so you can skip ahead in the video if you want. Now, this video is only for solos only, so I cannot help you much if you guys are playing with 4 players, but these gobble gums can be used for 4 players if you want to use them. We're going to be starting off with Shadows of Evil, so let's get into it. For the Shadows of Evil Easter egg, you want to bring Fear to Headlights, Death Machine, Perkaholic, Pop Shocks, and Near-Death Experience. Now, the reason why you want to bring Fear in the Headlights to this boss fight is because you have to defend a flag for 30 seconds twice. With this gobble gum activated, what happens is all the zombies and margwas, fireflies, meatballs, whatever you want to call them, they will freeze when you look at them. This step makes it very, very easy once you have this gobble gum activated because nothing moves, and you can easily defend it twice. Now moving on to the Death Machine. So the reason why we're bringing the Death Machine gobble gum into this map too is also the same reason why we brought Fear in the Headlights into this map. Death Machine is a wonderful weapon that you can activate twice with this gobble gum, and it allows you to have a Death Machine for 30 seconds. Now, like I said, the flag step requires you to defend it twice for 30 seconds, so the Death Machine lasts just as long for the flag step as you defend it. Now, make sure you place the flag down first before you pop this gobble gum because you are not able to place anything down once this Death Machine is activated. You're going to want to get rid of your Death Machine before you pick up the flag because it will not allow you to pick up the flag once it's in your hand. Once again, make sure that you place the flag down first before you pop your gobble gum to pick up the Death Machine. Now moving on to the Perkaholic. Now, the reason why you want Perkaholic is pretty self-explanatory. Once you activate it and collect the gobble gum, you will be given all the perks that are available on the map. Now, moving on to Pop Shocks. Once you collect Pop Shocks, they automatically become activated. You get 5 knives, and they're very useful for this Easter egg is because you have to upgrade the sword from these little circles around the map. Once activated, a Margwa will spawn in, and you must kill off the Margwa. Pop Shocks does, and it's very unique, is that when you melee any big bosses like the Margwa or the Panzer, it will insta-kill them after like 2 seconds. Now moving on to Near-Death Experience. Now, the reason why Near-Death Experience is so good for solo gaming when you're doing the Easter egg or the boss fights is because when you go down with Near-Death Experience, it lasts for 3 rounds, and then once you go down, you get revived, and you keep all your perks, including Quick Revive. So you basically become God for however long the gobble gum lasts or however long the boss fight lasts, and it's really useful in a boss fight because the rounds never end in boss fights. Now that we got Shadows of Evil out of the way, let's move on to Drak. Now, the gobble gums that you want for Drak is Shopping Free, Alchemical Antithesis, Perkaholic, Fire Cell, and also Near-Death Experience. Alright, so the first gobble gum you want to grab for Drak is Shopping Free. Now, the reason why you want to use Shopping Free is because all doors, all weapons, all equipment, anything you think of is free for 1 minute. Now, when you get Shopping Free in this map, you want to take this pathway that I take to open up the entire map just to make sure that you get everything properly open. And once you get everything open in the entire map, you can start the Easter egg right away. Also, while you are taking this path, make sure you go down here to grab Jug for free while you have Shopping Free activated and get another free gobble gum. Now moving on to Alchemical Antithesis. Now, the reason why you want to bring Alchemical Antithesis is because every 10 points that you get will equivalent to 1 bullet in your weapon. Now, I use Alchemical Antithesis for this Easter egg step right here. It's because I shoot the bow and I infinitely get ammo, and I gotta fill up souls for this gatekeeper, and I might as well use it to have infinite ammo to complete this step, because you have to do this 4 different times with this bow. Now moving on to the next gobble gum, which is Perkaholic. Now, this one's pretty self-explanatory. Perkaholic, what it does, once it's activated, will give you all the perks on the map. Now, moving on to the next gobble gum. Now, this gobble gum is going to be Fire Cell. You honestly really don't need this gobble gum in the map. To be honest with you, you could just use the starting pistol, pack a bunch of that. But I also like to get an RPG sometimes from the box, so I use Fire Cell on this map because the RPG is really overpowered for the boss fight. Now, make sure when you are using your Fire Cell that you pop all 3 to get the most use out of it. Because when you have all 3 pop, it lasts up to 2 minutes long. Alright, now on to our last gobble gum, which is going to be Near-Death Experience. So what's good about Near-Death Experience when you are playing solo is that it lasts up to 3 rounds, and also you get to keep all your perks when you go down, including Quick Revive. Plus, when you're in the boss fight, rounds never end, so you're basically just gone in there. Now that we got Drak out of the way, let's move on to Zetsubo no Shima. Now, the gobble gums that you want to bring in for Zetsubo no Shima would be Shopping Free, Death Machine, Perkaholic, anywhere but here, and near-death experience. Now, starting off with shopping free, the reason why you want to bring shopping free is because once activated, everything's free for 1 minute. You can just open the map as early as possible and get as much done as soon as possible for the Easter egg. Now, when you're using shopping free, I would highly recommend you use this route that I'm taking. There are moments when I'm trying to buy a gun off the wall, it just wasn't quick enough, but you can absolutely be able to buy those guns off the wall. As you see here, I used my shopping free to the maximum potential that it had provided me to complete opening up the entire map for free. Now, the next gobble gum that we are going to be using is the death machine. Now, the death machine is very useful in this map. I mean, you don't really have to bring it, but I always bring it just to kill the spider boss as soon as possible. You can kill the spider boss with 1 activation of the death machine. You do get 2 activations if you're not able to kill him fast enough, but all is required 1 activation. And as you see here, I kill him off pretty quickly. I don't know how long it takes me. It takes me like less than 30 seconds to take care of him. He only got 3 waves, 3 health. As you see, every time he does a backstep, that's 1 health gone. So you only got to do that 3 times, and then he's gone forever. Now, moving on to the next gobble gum. Next gobble gum is going to be Perkaholic. Perkaholic's pretty self-explanatory. Once collected, once activated, it will automatically give you all the perks on the map for free. Now, moving on to the next gobble gum. The next gobble gum will be anywhere but here. Now, anywhere but here is required for this map to complete the Easter egg. You're going to want to get it after you open up the elevator room. Once activated, you will be teleported to this small tiny room where there will be a cog laid on the ground. You want to collect that cog, and that's all you need for that gobble gum for this Easter egg. Now, moving on to the next gobble gum, the final gobble gum, which is near death experience. Now, near death experience is really good for solo players because it lasts up for 3 rounds, and it also gives you quick revive back when you get revived. Now, it's really good for the boss fights because when you go down in the boss fight, you keep quick revive, and rounds never end in boss fights. So you'll basically just god inside the boss fight. You can never die, so you'll always be able to complete the boss fight in every Easter egg that you do with this gobble gum. Now that we got ZETS no Shima out of the way, let's move on to Grod Krovi. Now, for Grod Krovi Easter egg, you want to bring in Shopping Free, Idle Eyes, Perkaholic, Undead Man Walking, and Near Death Experience. Now, the first gobble gum that we are going to be using is Shopping Free. Now, what's great about Shopping Free, once activated, it lasts up to 1 minute. Everything on the map is free. That's including weapons, equipment, perks, gobble gums, anything you can think of will be free for 1 minute. Now, if I was you, I would take this route that I am taking in this map because you need to turn on power and then activate this trap right here to collect a trophy for the Easter egg step. Now that I got shopping free out of the way, let's move on to Idle Eyes. Now, the reason why you want to bring Idle Eyes into the Grod Krovi map is because one of the Easter egg steps you have to do 6 challenges, and one of those challenges requires you to bring a Valkyrie drone from spawn all the way back to Dragon Command. Now, what's really great about Idle Eyes is once activated, all zombies will ignore you for 30 seconds, and you get 3 activations. So it's really useful for this step of the Easter egg because you only need one of these gobblegums to take them from spawn all the way to Dragon Command. Also, a little tidbit, once the Valkyrie drone reaches the steps at a 90-degree angle, you can kill him and it will finish the Easter egg step for you. Now that we got Idle Eyes out of the way, let's move on to Perkaholic. Now, Perkaholic is pretty self-explanatory. Once you collect this gobblegum and it activates, you will be given all the perks on the map for free. Now, moving on to the next gobblegum, which is Undead Man Walking. Now, what's really great about Undead Man Walking is once it's activated, all zombies will shuffle around like it's round 1 for 4 minutes. So this is great to complete the bomb step, Russian Mangler step, and any other steps you would like to complete without having to deal with those pesky zombies while trying to complete it. Now, moving on to our final gobblegum, which is Near Death Experience. Now, what's really great about Near Death Experience is once you activate this gobblegum, it lasts up to 3 rounds, and when you go down, you'll instantly be revived back up, and you'll keep all your perks, including quick revive if you are playing solo. So if you take this gobblegum to the boss fight, what's really great is that the gobblegum will never disappear because rounds never end in boss fights. So I highly recommend to bring this gobblegum to any boss fight you are trying to do for any Easter egg because you will never die and you will become God in the boss fight. Now with Grod Krovi out of the way, let's move on to Revelations. Now for the map Revelations, you want to bring in Shopping Free, Fire Cell, Workaholic, Max Ammo, and Near Death Experience. For this map, we're going to start off once again with Shopping Free. So Shopping Free is really good because it will open up the entire map for you in the very beginning. Once activated for 1 minute, everything is free on the map, including weapons, perks, gobblegums, anything you can think of that has a $sign right next to it. Once the gobblegum is activated, I highly recommend that you follow this route because it's going to help you get as much done as soon as possible for the Easter egg. Now moving on to Fire Cell. Now in this map, I would say Fire Cell is definitely highly recommended. I would definitely bring this because you need 2 items out of the box to complete this Easter egg, and that is going to be the Arnie's and the Apothecary Servant. And I also highly recommend to bring the fire soap because you can get the thunder gun. You can carry the apothecary's servant, the thunder gun at the same time. On top of that, make sure you pop all 3 fire cells before you collect them, because if you do that, you'll be able to have it last up to 2 minutes long. Now, moving on to the next Gobblegum, which is Perkaholic. Now, once you collect Perkaholic, once it's activated, it will give you all the perks on the map for free. Now let's move on to max ammo. Now, max ammo is really useful in this map because there's a step that you need the Arnies to throw in these holes right here. And you have to throw 3 in the hole for it to count for the Easter egg. And if you miss, you're going to want to have a max ammo to be able to replenish your Arnies. And a lot of times when you're trying to kill off these Margwas, they will not spawn in a max ammo. As you see here, I got really screwed over and no max ammo spawned in. So I had to go grab this Gobblegum. And I also had to grab my challenge max ammo too, because I had it happen to me twice. So I highly recommend to bring max ammo to this Easter egg, because this step gets really dodgy if you miss with the Arnies. Now, on our final last Gobblegum you want to bring into this map, it's going to be Near Death Experience. Near Death Experience is really good for soloing Easter eggs, because once you take it, it lasts up to 3 rounds, and when you go down, you'll be revived instantly back up, keep all your perks, including quick revive, and you'll never die for those 3 rounds. Plus, if you bring it to a boss fight, rounds never end in boss fights, so you'll be able to stay alive forever and complete the Easter egg easily every single time. So I highly recommend to bring this Gobblegum in, because you are God inside boss fights. I just want to say thank you for you guys for coming out to the video. I hope you guys enjoyed what you guys just watched. If you guys would like me to do other maps like the Zombie Chronicles or Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 4, just let me know. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.